Rick Perry, suddenly embroiled in the impeachment controversy. He's just running under the bus with an assist from Donald Trump. So why is Rick Perry involved in this? What does he have to do?
Why is Rick Perry involved in this administration? We've been asking that since the very beginning.
Rick Perry occasionally forgets that he's in the US government. But anyway, here is why it came up. Trump told House Republicans on Friday that he didn't really want to make the call to the Ukrainian president in the first place that has now sparked an impeachment inquiry. Quote, not a lot of people know this, but I didn't even want to make the call. The only reason I made the call was because Rick Perry asked me to. So Rick Perry dancing his way under the tires of a bus. He's gonna be the fall guy, I guess. I guess that's the plan today. The plan changes. That is just the best pot. Thank you, Sophie, for getting that. So look, speaking at a press conference, we want the response too. So that's what Trump says.
Right.
Speaking at a press conference in Lithuania, Perry said that he told Trump that it was in the best interest of the two nations, the US and Ukraine, to have discussions regarding energy issues. Perry said, absolutely, I asked the president multiple times, Mr. President, we think it's in the United States and Ukraine's best interest that you and the president of Ukraine have conversations and discuss the options that are out there. So absolutely yes. But nowhere in any of that does Rick Perry say, yes, I told him to ask for an investigation of Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And interestingly, while he admits that he asked for Trump to bring up energy security and trade and things like that, I don't even remember that being a part of the conversation. So if Trump was just following Rick Perry's orders, which is laughable to begin with, he didn't follow them to the letter and instead decided to bring up a whole bunch of his favorite conspiracy theories. So look, Rick Perry deserves to be thrown out of the US government for any number of different reasons.
Hello.
First and foremost, because he's not remotely qualified for literally any position in an elementary school, let alone US government. But him being responsible for the launch of this inquiry, that's ridiculous.
Also, I feel like I've said this before, but how often, like, the president owns himself. Like, neither one of these look good. You look like on what you're willing to say you're following orders
from Rick Perry.
Yeah, and like that's how you're trying to get out of this.
And by the way, it's not a defense. It's not a defense in a million different ways. But even if Rick Perry
still
told
did
you,
it.
yeah,
you're the president, you're the boss. You're supposed to say no, bad idea, and hey, I'm worried about your thought process on things.
Exactly. Yeah, if let's say Rick Perry did ask you to do the call, which apparently he did, and let's say he did tell you to bring up Biden, which he totally didn't. Even if he did that, it's not on Rick Perry to decide whether to break the law or not.
Right, that's when you send out a tweet.
Is that the defense?
People have been telling me that I shouldn't have appointed Rick Perry. That's when.
And I'm throwing him out of the government because he's asking me to break the law.
Exactly, but we didn't get that.
But he doesn't do that. So look, I guess it seems laughable, but is this gonna work?
No.
This isn't gonna divert the attention of Rick Perry?
No.
He's trying really hard.
You know better.
No, of course he's not going to. No, here's the thing, like, I guess Rick Perry, look, there's two measures here.
Okay.
For trying to get a scapegoat. One is how likely it is that they could actually be pinned as responsible for this. Rick Perry's low on that. How much does Trump like this person? He's also low on that.
Right.
Now, someone like Rudy Giuliani, he definitely has been involved in this since before we even knew about it. He's talked about in the call, he's been defending the president since then, really high in that measure, but Trump also seems to like him. He's literally the only person in the world who does, but he does like him. William Barr also really high up on the first measure. He's talked about in the call, he's been working behind the scenes, and he should totally be facing an investigation of squashing the DOJ investigation of this.
Both of the president's private defense attorneys you're mentioning there.
Exactly, even though one totally should not be, and the other is and can be, but isn't a member of the US government, so should not be doing diplomacy with Ukraine. But he likes those people and he feels loyal to them. And so again, what can we learn from this? First of all, there's apparently no consequences outside of maybe for Donald Trump here. Rudy Giuliani seems to be so far skating without any consequences. William Barr isn't being investigated. That confounds me every day. But also, this is the 100th reminder that if you're a Republican who feels like, you know what, Trump will reward loyalty, no, he won't. He'll do it for a little while maybe, but the second you're more useful sitting under a bus rather than standing by his side, he's going to launch you under that Greyhound. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.